What's up, LGBTV? I'm Stephanie. This is Brooke.
Hey guys.
You were my roommate last year, and we are going to talk to you about what is known as gender non-binary.
I identify as a non-binary trans-masculine person, and my preferred pronouns are they and them.
When did you discover that you were gender non-binary?
I didn't acknowledge that I felt somewhere in the middle until it was in high school. I would always hang out with a lot of guys, and I'd be like, oh, it's guys' night out. I didn't know that there was such a thing as non-binary, by the way. I never knew that was a thing, actually, until about a year ago when I came to college. And it was like, oh, that's me. I cut my hair off, which was like the greatest thing in the world.
I remember that.
And yeah, we were living together at the time, actually. Stephanie actually really got to watch me transform into who I am versus who my mom wanted me to be. Because I dressed like really feminine and like wore makeup, and it wasn't me. I just did it for her. And then getting here, I started to wear clothing I was comfortable in. The first time I dressed in drag was when I was 11. I got here and I started dressing in drag more often. I started playing around with gender, started playing around with binding and everything, and then I was like, this is comfortable.
What's the difference between being gender non-binary and being transgendered male to female or female to male?
If you're binary, for starters, society recognizes you as a person. I'm not a spokesperson for the entire trans community, the entire non-binary community. This is my own personal knowledge. They have surgery for you, more likely if you identify as a binary person. They don't have bottom surgery that I would be comfortable with. Hormones, they don't have hormones I would be comfortable with, because I don't want my body to be changed in a binary way. For me, I'm lacking privilege in that I am not going to be able to undergo hormone therapy or
even going to the public bathroom.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true. I was at the store the other day and I was like, oh, I need to go wash my hands, and I walked over to the bathrooms and I was just standing there walking back and forth. I was like, wait a minute, I don't know what to do. If you can pass, you're more likely to be okay in the bathroom. And there are a lot of binary trans people who will still use non-binary bathrooms. And passing also, like, because binary people to some extent can pass. The only time I've passed 2 times, and what I consider passing is if somebody's literally like, I don't know what you are. And that to me is what I consider passing.
Another disadvantage of being gender non-binary is society does not recognize it.
I was on a trans panel last spring, and somebody asked a question to the whole panel, like, how do you feel about the way society portrays you in the media, whatever, like on TV and stuff, and when it got my turn to answer, I was like, it doesn't.
It's always important to ask what pronouns someone prefers.
Yes, is literally one of the greatest things. People ask me my preferred pronouns, and I just get so happy, because I'm like, you didn't call me the wrong pronouns, and now I don't have to be all upset.
What do you recommend people do to educate themselves on the gender non-binary community?
Maybe look more in the scholarly articles department, or accredited resources, like trans organizations website. NCTE?
Pretty sure.
National Center for Trans Education. Yes, it is NCTE. Sorry. NCTE's website is probably going to have a lot more information because they are the National Center for Trans Education, which is what NCTE stands for, obviously.
It took us a while.
Definitely cross-reference. Don't go to one source. It's such a large, broad, varying field of identities. I mean, you could have 3 people who use the exact same terms to identify themselves and still get 3 completely different identities, because your identity is your own. You are the only person who can say what your identity is. You are the only person who knows your identity. You are the only person who defines your identity. The best way to educate yourself is go into identity with an open mind.
Being misgendered sucks.
Yeah, it's not a fun thing.
If someone called me sir, I would not be happy.
If someone called me sir, I would die. Expect each person to be different. Don't be like, oh, I know all about your identity. Be like, I know nothing about you as a person. Tell me, please, if you're willing to share.
Like Brooke said, go in with open minds, realize that there are multiple, endless amounts of genders, and ask pronouns, because that could really make a huge difference on someone's day.
It would probably make my day. Like,
Brooke will love you forever.
Yes. First of all, you're respecting me as a person, which is a great feeling. And second of all, because you are educated and you're not going to misgender me. Even if you look at somebody and you're 99.9% sure, or not look at somebody, if you, based on context, you're like 99% sure, oh, that's a cis female or something, still ask.
I love when people ask me for my preferred pronouns, and I'm cisgendered and I go by she, her, and hers.
They're like, what does that mean? Then you explain, and it gives you an opportunity to educate someone, which is also a great thing.
Thank you so much.
No problem. I'm happy to help. I love educating, and I love you. So.
Alright guys, all of my links for everything will be in the description, as well as Brooke's Tumblr, and Brooke also has a trans Tumblr. If you are interested, just go message them and they will put you in all the right sources.
I will do my best. I can't tell you I'm perfect, because I'm definitely not, but
They're
I'll do
almost.
my best.
They're close. Go out and educate yourself and have a super duper week.
Yeah.